one of the shock, well, I don't know if it was a shock result, to be fair. Probably wasn't, certainly wasn't a shock in Selwyn. They knew what they were doing. But it was a shocking result in terms of its rejection of a mayor, but also of what that mayor stood for, was in the Selwyn District Council. Now, Selwyn, I think, from memory, is the fastest growing council in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure they've got Rolleston involved in it. All those new subdivisions and new suburbs and new towns, or towns that suddenly grew like Topsy in the wake of the Christchurch earthquake. And Selwyn, I'm pretty sure, beats my neck of the woods, which is Central Otago, Queenstown Lakes, just for being the fastest growing region in New Zealand. But it also had one of New Zealand's leading, if you like, liberal mayors, and who was the chair of Local Government New Zealand, Sam Broughton. So liberal, he refused to come on the show and be interviewed at any time over the last 3.5 years, for reasons that were never explained to us, to be honest with you. Anyhow, along comes Saturday night. Sam Broughton's standing for his, I think, third or fourth term as a councillor. Thinks he's done everything right. He's run a very strong social media campaign. President of Local Government New Zealand, widely regarded as part of the local government establishment, absolutely annihilated by our next guest and his challenger, Lydia Gliddon. And she joins us now. Lydia, fantastic to have you on the show. Congratulations. What an outstanding result.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Michael. It's very exciting for Selwyn.
Oh, listen, exciting for Selwyn. So much excitement for you. Listen, the preliminary result, which is really is almost the final results come out, it shows you've increased your majority. You've got 18,693 votes. Sam Broughton, 5161. Your majority's over 13,500. Did you ever expect that in your wildest dreams?
Honestly, no. And that is me as a person. Other people had told me otherwise, that it was going to be a landslide. But as a person, I recognise the challenges in unseating an incumbent that is, I guess, been fairly popular through the country at times. And, whether that's what you believe or not. But yeah, I got a wee bit of a fright when we saw those numbers. And yeah, they've been climbing since Saturday, and gosh, this is it's given me a really clear mandate from our community, though, that we need change, and this is what our community has said, and so I'm excited to deliver that for us.
No, and that's very, very clear. Listen, Lydia, tell us something about yourself first, because you're the dragon slayer in lots of ways. Can you come from I think you come from a rural background, did I read that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so my background is in agriculture. So I've been on the farm for my grandparents in my earlier days, and then I moved into business management and then owning my own business. I built a house and had a baby all in the same time of running my own business, and achieved my goals in that. So I sold my business, took a sabbatical to spend some time with my daughter before she went to school. And I landed myself on council 3 years ago as a councillor for our rural ward of Melbourne, to increase the rural voice around the council table. And yeah, gone from strength to strength since then.
That's a wonderful background, and quite frankly, the family's part of that background as well. But you also were very, very strong on the issue of rates and what you call fiscal responsibility. What did you mean by that? That the Selwyn District Council was rating too much and spending too much?
Yeah, I think so. Look, we've had some massive increases, and what's been really hard for us and for me as a councillor is that justifying that to our community. We need to be able to justify to our community what we're asking for. So why are we asking for more money, and what is that going towards? And actually, really breaking down the layers of that so people can see where they're getting value in the dollar. And currently, I think that we're not quite doing that well enough, and we need to change the way we operate, because this effectively is public funds. We are dealing with people's money here. This isn't private business. This is people's money, and we need to show exactly where that is going. And for a long time, I haven't had visuals over, the finances apart from high level in this organisation, and that is something that I don't agree with.
No, I think that would be a common complaint, frankly, throughout local government in New Zealand. You just get figures, and then next year those figures are then used to prop up, the more money that they need. But you don't actually know if you're getting value for money from any of those particular council enterprises. How are you going to reform that, Lydia?
Oh, look, it looks like the reporting back to councillors. So, it's not just to us as councillors either, though, it's the community. And so, we look at the fact that, okay, 80% of our capital expenditure goes on the must-haves, the basics, but, that's actually only 44% of our revenue. And so it's taking away the smoke and mirrors from data and actually giving the full picture of what is going on. And I've been asking for a really long time that I would like to see more of a breakdown. So I just don't want to see 80% of a dollar spend. I want to see actually how many projects are we delivering, what is the value associated to that, and what is the outcome? Because at the end of the day, it's about outcomes for our community. And if we're not showing that, how can we communicate it? And how can you be strategic in the way that you're operating at council if you don't have full oversight of these projects?
Sam Broughton is President of Local Government New Zealand. He has been for a considerable period of time. One of the issues, and so I'm assuming that he's a pretty good communicator, therefore, but I noticed that one of the things that you were standing for, you said, was clear communication and full transparency to rebuild trust in local government. When people use the word rebuild trust, I'm assuming that trust has been breached or broken. Was that the case in Selwyn as well?
Yeah, I think that, if you truly listen to our community, people are pretty mad with us. And not everybody is, but there are a large amount of people that are quite disjointed with us. And I think we've forgotten the reason that we operate. And the whole reason that we are here is for our people, for our ratepayers. And it's changing the aspect of that back to us as a community. So it's not council and them, it is us together making decisions. And there's a lot of things that have happened through consultation. I know that our water services CCO, so the decision around local water done well or affordable waters, whatever you'd like to call it, has been really hurtful for our community. And not all the information is on the table to make decisions, or it's a rolling front of information. And so, I don't think that's the right thing to do to our community, to our people, and to councillors either, because it makes it really hard to make good decisions if you're making them on a gut feeling and not on, straight information.
Did you have a referendum on moving your water into a CCO, did you?
We went out for a consultation. So the consultation was 3 weeks, and it was a rolling front of information because we're trying to move so fast through it. And people in our community were confused. They didn't know what it meant, what is happening. What does in-house mean? What does setting up a separate company mean? We were having, new information continually rolling through the process. And to me, that's not good enough. I'm still having people now asking me, what is this water thing?
Mm. Mm. No, well, in some ways that wasn't entirely your fault, though, was it? You probably could have done a better job, obviously, but you were facing such incredible time strictures imposed by central government too, weren't you?